here is the procedure, the steps, the stages, the process of job analysis. That how do we conduct job analysis? So there are certain steps to be followed. There are kind of procedure. Remember this fact: every procedure has certain steps to be followed. That is why it is called procedure. And sometimes processes also have certain kind of steps to be followed. So this procedure has been defined in number of 5 steps. The first step is related to, in job analysis, the first step is related to collection of background information about the job. So how this job was created first, and what the first person was doing on the job, what was his or her responsibilities, and what was his outcome or her outcome there. So this is related to job background of the background information, and selection of representative job to be analyzed. Uh, and we also study about the organization itself in job analysis. The first step is related to job, sort of background information about the job, background information of the company or the organization also. So how the person are doing there, and specifically in the particular company. Then selection of representative job to be analyzed. Then what kind of jobs that we need to analyze, or what single job that we need to analyze. We have to select that one, and then collection of job analysis data. Then we perform job analysis data, job analysis there, and then we come we collect our information related to job description and job specification, and we also basically physically we are present there, and we are physically observing there other employees who are working on the same job. So what they are doing there, we take the interviews also. We also take their interviews, and we ask them questions, and we then try to analyze in terms of our questions and the data that we have collected from there, and then we come to know about job description, that what kind of job requirements are there, and job specification, what roles are there, what duties are there, what responsibilities are there, and what kind of job requirements are there in terms of job specification. So we collect information about altogether about the job. So we observe the place, we observe the people working there, and we collect maximum information about the job description and job specification. Then we define the job in terms of job analysis. So this is the procedure how this job analysis is conducted. Okay, dear students, here we see that how what is meant by job description and job specification in terms of the techniques of job analysis. What we do there while we're going to perform job analysis: personal observation. That we perform observation. We basically visit the place, and we see everything at our own. We observe everything at our own, and we fill some questionnaires or take certain interviews. So for data collection, we meet the employees, we ask them what they are doing there, and how they are doing there, and how long they are doing there, and we ask about many things about the job, that how the job goals are met and how job is being performed by other employees, and maintenance of log records, that we keep a record of observation of their employees' duties, of their roles they are performing. We make a record of that becomes a log record, that how many times they are doing something, what kind of variety of tasks they are performing at the job. So we basically observe, and we take record of every step they are doing, every action they are doing on the job, especially related to a single job. So conducting personal interviews, then we find certain information through interviews. So these are certain techniques of job analysis, because through interview we have in-depth analysis. We can ask any query, anything related to job for our satisfaction, for taking decisions to define the roles and responsibilities related or associated with the job, and especially with the as per as job requirement related to qualification and experience, we can find through interview. Here we see components of job analysis are related to there are two components. Job description. I earlier have said that job analysis having a equation, that job analysis is equal to finding out job description and finding out job specification. So these two things we define, then we have completed job analysis. In job description, as here on the slides, you find that it's a kind of preparation of job description is necessary before a vacancy is advertised. So while we are advertising the job in the market through newspaper or any kind of other media or form, it tells in brief the nature of job, what kind of job it is, what is the title of job, and it emphasizes the job requirement, what you have to perform, the duties and roles that you have to perform. One definition as given by Edwin Filippo, that job description is an organized factual statement of the duties and the responsibilities, that you enlist all kind of duties and tasks they are performing of a specific job. That is why it is called job description, that what duties they are performing, what roles they are performing, what responsibility they are responsible for, and it should tell what is to be done. Then it should clearly mention, there should be clearly mentioned the tasks, the routine, the duties to be performed by the individual or the employee, how it is done, that how he will do the job and why, what is the reason why he is doing, what is the objective, what are the goals that to be achieved with the job. Here in the example of information that we find in job description, like job title, what is the title of a job? You know, in each advertisement in job ad, you always find a job title, either it is related to a teaching or administration, and organization location of the job, where this job is being to be performed, in which city, in Sargodha, in Sialkot, in Lahore, in wherever you need to be there, and then supervision given and received, that how you will be overseen, that you will be supervised, material, tools, machinery, equipment, work with, if there is some kind of requirement to having a kind of skills, like you people need to have computer skills, for example. So you people having certain kind of attribute in your CV curriculum vitae, that you can use Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and other internet surfing and this and that, if there is some requirement like that. So if there is some requirement for use of some kind of material, like LMS, like CMS, content management system, learning management system, or assessment management system, or any kind of information system that they may be offering a job, this kind of skills, if they are required, they may be mentioning. Designing the immediate supervisor and subordinates, that you have to respond to what person, and salary levels, pay, daily allowance, other allowances, bonuses, incentive. So these all things are mentioned in your job advertisement in terms of job description. So there may be some other requirements also mentioned here, but we go to the last part of the specification. Here you mention the experience, here you mention the qualification in job specification, what kind of qualification you are required, what kind of experience you are required, and other attributes, physical attributes, that the person should be 5.5 inch long, having a height of that, for example. So this may be the physical attribute of the person. This person should be of that age, 35 years, not more than 35, 30 years, but not more than 30 years. He or she should be between 22 and 25, or he or she should be 25 and 40. So there is the age limit mentioned in job specification, and then your mental characteristics, if there are certain other, he should be having certain social skills, having certain good learning attitude, having effective learning attitude. He or she should be willing to learn towards new opportunities and new tasks. So such kind of requirement may be posed by the job specification and may be determined by that. So an individual must possess to perform the job duties and discharge responsibility effectively. So these are the basic requirements related to job specification, the qualification, the personal traits, the physical and mental characteristics of the individual to be selected for the job. So accordingly we take decision, either we have to select that person on job or not. As Edwin Filippo says, job specification is a statement of minimum acceptable human traits or qualities. What he says, job specification is a statement of minimum acceptable human traits or qualities or human qualification necessary to perform a job properly. So these are the minimum requirements that a person should possess in his or himself. So here we see some examples of job specifications: educational and professional qualification. So in CVs you can mention separately your education. Mostly we mention our education, and if there is certain professional experience, we also mentioned that, and the skills. So you also mentioned that you can use what kind of softwares. You have better effective communication skills. You can speak in English, you can speak in Urdu fluently. If you have some other language, you also mentioned that I have skills of that particular language. So if you have some other softwares like you can use SPSS, you mentioned there. If you can better use Excel and PowerPoint, you mentioned there. So practical experiences, if you have in terms of years at any job experience where you have already worked, and the physical fitness, that you are fit to travel, that you are fit to work for many hours, for the extra hours, you are fit to perform all kind of duties assigned to you. You have to having some kind of fitness, maybe a better attribute of your CV also. Special qualities required for performing a job, your intelligence, your judgment, that I am initiative. I am a person who is initiator. I believe in leadership qualities. I believe in teamwork. I believe in supporting others, helping others. I am very social. I like to have good and ideal relations with others. So these are your traits that you may mention in your CV to meet the requirement of the job. So these are defined by the job specification. These are the examples of job specification. And these two are used in process of your recruitment and selection. So this is altogether what we have learned about job analysis. It's a definition. It's two main component, job description and job specifications. Thank you very much for your patience listening.